A new affordable housing complex with 38 apartment units will soon be opening in Guadalupe, but it's not for typical low-income families. As KSBY News reporter Melissa Newman explains, applicants for the Guadalupe court have to earn a large portion of their income from farm labor. She joins us now live in studio. Melissa, this is different than H-2A farm worker housing?
Karina, that's right. In fact, those who apply for these apartments have to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, whereas H-2A workers just live in the U.S. temporarily. Farm worker advocates I spoke to say these types of housing complexes can potentially help cut down on the labor shortages because farm workers won't have to move in order to find a more affordable place to live.
Many Central Coast farm workers spend long days working in the fields but still struggle to afford a place to come home to at night.
Even just here in our area, we've seen housing go up by more than 25%, nearly 30% just in the last 8 or so years, while wages for farm workers have only gone up to like 8%. So there's really been a big disparity between the minimum wage of what farm workers are making and again the rent increases that are going up here.
Now a new affordable housing complex in Guadalupe could help.
We've been here building on the Central Coast for 50 years. We've been doing farm worker and family housing, and the city of Guadalupe is a place that you can do that pretty readily.
Guadalupe Court will include 38 apartments, an outdoor courtyard, and even site-based educational programs with after-school tutoring and college prep.
And there are going to be a mix of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. We typically average that there will be about 4 people per unit. It averages, some more, some a little bit less, depending on the size of the family and the number of bedrooms. So you can figure about, that's about 130-ish or 140, people will be here.
Applicants have to earn most of their income from farm labor because partial funding for this project came from the USDA. These farm workers also have to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident, which is different than an H-2A or guest worker who only lives in the community temporarily.
This particular farm worker housing is family. It's local people that are, making a certain amount of income that need housing.
Farm worker advocates like Cause say these types of housing projects can help ensure workers stay in the area.
Because the wages aren't keeping up and because housing is increasing so much, especially in the Central Coast, they're being pushed out of our community, so they're having to move, maybe towards Bakersfield, to inland, and that's why we don't have as much of the workforce to meet the demand that we need.
While applications for Guadalupe Court are currently available, the submission window doesn't open until February 28th. From then, applicants will be put in a lottery system in order to be chosen for an apartment. In the studio, Melissa Newman, KSBY News.
And People Self-Help Housing anticipates Guadalupe Court opening this summer.